Summer, there's something I need to tell you.
What's wrong?
I've been keeping this from you for a long time, but I think it's time to tell you the truth.
What are you talking about? You're scaring me.
It's about Joseph.
What about Joseph?
I'm dating him.
What? Are you serious?
Yes, he proposed to me the other day.
He proposed to you? What are you talking about? He's already married to me.
I know, but he wants to be with me now. I mean, I think it was so obvious that he doesn't love you anymore.
Well, I had a feeling he was cheating on me, but I never thought it was with you.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was coming home late and acting weird. How long has this been going on?
About a year.
That long?
Yeah. You know what? It was fate. You can't blame me.
Fate?
See, Joseph is the son of a CEO of a big company, right? You don't deserve a man like him. He deserves a woman like me.
What are you trying to say?
Look at you. You're so ugly and boring. To be honest, I feel sorry for Joseph that he married a woman like you.
Oh, wow. I never thought my sister would betray me like this.
There's one more thing. From now on, please stop talking to Joseph.
What? Who do you think you are?
He loves me, not you. I'm sure losing your luxurious life is frustrating, but you have to face reality. He doesn't love you, so please stop meddling in our relationship.
Oh, really? Fine. I'm so done with that scum too. You too. Please, don't contact me anymore.
Don't worry, I won't. Just please divorce Joseph as soon as possible.
Fine. As you wish, I'll divorce him.
Hey, Summer. It's been like, what, 6 months? How are you doing? Oh, me? I have never been this happier. Well, I can see you are still living a miserable life. I mean, look at you. You are at rock bottom right now. So pathetic. You've gone from being a rich man's wife to a struggling single woman. But hey, don't blame me for that, okay? I get it. It must be tough knowing Joseph chose me, your own sister, over you. Yeah, I know. But just to set the record straight, I'm not about to give him back to you.
What do you need at this late hour? Are you done talking?
Oh, you finally replied. I'm surprised you're still awake.
I was sleeping, but your messages kept buzzing and woke me up. Just let me sleep.
Oops, I'm sorry.
I'm going back to sleep now.
Hold on a sec.
Can you please stop bothering me?
Come on, don't you miss me?
Do you know what time it is? It's almost 2 a.m. Seriously, you're really getting on my nerves.
But I just can't seem to fall asleep.
So, that's none of my business. Didn't you say you wouldn't contact me anymore?
Did I say that? Well, I changed my mind.
Oh, God.
I know you still love Joseph. You must be so depressed right now. You have such a great guy and a luxurious lifestyle, but it's all gone. And I'm the one who took it all away from you. I can imagine how frustrated you must feel. But you know what? I have no plans of giving any of it back. So, just move on, okay? You can't expect to be a wealthy wife forever. Hey, how does it feel to lose your wealthy husband? You must be depressed, right? Why don't you tell me how you feel right now? Or are you still trying to be tough?
Ellie, that's enough. I don't care. Besides, it's none of my business how you live your life. Can you stop messing with me?
I just want to know how you feel. Just tell me.
I told you, I don't care about it anymore.
Oh, come on. Stop lying.
Good night.
Hey, Summer. Good morning, Summer.
You again? Did you even go to sleep?
I did. You didn't reply, so I went to bed right after that.
I see. Now what? Can you please stop messing with me? Seriously, it's too much.
Oh well, I think I understand now.
About what?
You're just putting on a show because you're so pathetic. All you can do is fake it. You said you were sleepy and you don't care about Joseph. But we both know you spent the whole night sobbing over him. Admit it, you're dying to get back that life of luxury, aren't you? Did it hurt realizing how fabulous my life is compared to yours? Oh, Summer, you are so miserable. Face it, your destiny is to stay single and broke for the rest of your days.
All right, that's enough.
Oh no, are you really crying now? There's something I still have to tell you.
I don't care. Please stop it already.
Well, my friend says she saw you living in a shabby apartment. No wonder you are living like that. You've been a housewife for a long time. I guess you have no stable job, aren't you? But if you think about it, a shabby apartment suits you. Is there any rat or cockroach in your apartment? Ew. Can I ask what it's like to live in a shabby apartment? Because I don't know what it's like.
Well, I think the definition of a shabby apartment depends on the person. My rent is $20,000, so I'm living comfortably. I've never seen a rat or cockroach in my apartment.
What? $20,000? No, wait. You typed it wrong. You mean 2,000. There's no way it's $20,000. So how shabby does an apartment of $2,000 look like? You know what? Rats and cockroaches are active during the night. Oh wait, maybe you have no electricity. That's why you can't see them.
Let me ask a question. It's been 6 months and you still haven't noticed?
About what?
About what's going on at Joseph's father's company?
What are you talking about?
Oh, so you don't know. Well, it's none of my business now. But you are being clueless. You should stop being too delusional.
I don't get it. You're just jealous of my life now, so you're just saying stupid things. You know what? It doesn't affect me.
Well, I've warned you.
Hey, Summer, you sound absolutely pathetic right now. Honestly, I never expected you to stoop this low. Remember when you used to be the top student? Now look at you. You're a failure in everything you do. Face it, it's always been me who outshined you. I've always been the pretty one, the popular one. No wonder you're so bitter and twisted.
Seriously? I don't think so.
Oh, really?
Well, you can say whatever you want. But I warned you. You should wake up and see the reality. You should know what's going on with the family that you are married to.
What are you talking about? That's my line. You should wake up from reality. Jesus Christ. You seriously need a reality check. Face it, nobody will ever love you. You're destined to be alone for the rest of your miserable life. Especially if you keep spewing lies like this. Oh, and by the way, we're going on another luxury trip tomorrow. We've been traveling abroad every month since we tied the knot. This is what living the high life is all about, you know? And this time, we're off for an entire month. Can you even imagine? It's probably like a dream for someone like you, huh? Do you even remember what it feels like to travel? Or are you stuck in that shabby apartment of yours forever?
Oh well, I don't care what happens to you.
Why do you keep acting tough? I know you're crying right now while typing. Well, thanks for your useless warning.
You're welcome.
Guess where I am right now? I'm in Paris with my husband. We've been snapping photos in front of the Eiffel Tower and strolling down the Champs-Élysées. Seriously, I'm on cloud 9. Joseph surprised me with a dinner reservation at this 3-Michelin star restaurant last night. The chef even prepared a special menu just for us. It was such a dreamy and romantic evening. I bet he never pulled off anything like that for you. Only the wealthy can indulge in such luxurious trips like ours. Hey, why aren't you replying? Don't ignore me.
I'm glad you're having fun.
I know, right? Oh, we are planning to go to Venice next. I can't wait for a gondola ride. I could never be happier. My life is full of happiness.
Good for you. Enjoy it while you can.
What do you mean? Can you stop being so bitter? You are so miserable.
I'm not being bitter.
Oh, really? I just wanted to share some updates about my lavish life with Joseph. I'll keep you posted. Oh my God! What the hell is going on?
Now what? Did you call just to brag about your trip again?
No, not at all. I'm freaking out.
Why? Are you back from the trip?
Yes. I just got back home and...
And what?
Our house was being demolished. My in-laws were living with us too, but they didn't say a word about it.
I see.
You know something, don't you? You were saying something weird the other day. Tell me.
Ask your in-laws, not me.
What?
Just call them or something. I heard that they moved, but I don't know anything more than that. Just contact them and ask them what is going on.
Moved? Oh my gosh, I have a really bad feeling about this.
But being there won't solve anything.
This is so weird. Please tell me what happened. I'm panicking. What the hell happened while we were on trip?
I don't know. Why don't you just contact them?
You are so useless. Alright, I'm gonna call them now. Well, now I finally understand what happened. I was so panicked earlier when I saw the house being demolished. you were right about everything. Joseph's parents moved while we were away on trip. It's strange they didn't let us know before tearing down the house. But Joseph's dad mentioned they have something to tell us and want us to visit the new house. Maybe he's planning to surprise us with a bigger and better house. I can't wait to see what the new place looks like. He kept saying we need to be prepared. The old house was amazing, but I'm curious to see how the new one will be different. Maybe it'll have a basement theater or a larger pool? And just thinking about it makes me excited. Oh my god, I just had a great idea. We should definitely have a house party at the new place. And we'll need to think about the interior design too. Should we go for a more modern style or stick with something classic? Of course, you're invited to the house party. Please come. I can't wait to start living in our new home. But I'm still wondering why they decided to demolish the old house instead of selling it. And what did Joseph's dad mean by saying we should be prepared? Prepared for what exactly? Anyway, I'm really looking forward to seeing the new house. This is the worst.
What's wrong?
I can't believe it. This is unacceptable. What the hell is going on?
What?
I just arrived at our new house. The new house they were talking about, it's a shabby apartment. Maybe it's even shabbier than your apartment.
Oh, really? Well, I guess that's the way it has to be.
Huh? What do you mean? You know what's going on, don't you?
Ask your in-laws, not me.
Why? Just tell me.
I have no right to tell you anything.
Oh, come on, just tell me. Summer, I don't know what to do. I was so shocked last night that I couldn't sleep.
That sucks. So you heard what happened?
Yes. I can't believe it. I had no idea Joseph's dad got ousted as president. I thought Joseph was next in line for the job. Is it for real?
Unfortunately, yes. Joseph and his dad were caught embezzling money from the company. So now some outsiders was appointed as new president of the company.
I can't believe it. Is that why we had to move into this shabby apartment?
They're being asked to refund a large amount of money they've stolen, and they both got fired.
Fired?
I only found out about the embezzlement just before we divorced. Joseph and his dad were spending more money than they earned, and I started getting suspicious about where the money was coming from. I confronted him about it, wanting him to stop whatever shady stuff he was up to. But then all the drama between us started, and we ended up getting divorced without ever resolving the issue.
What the hell?
And now this is the result.
No, wait. The new house doesn't even have hot water. Seriously, I think it's worse than your shabby apartment.
You know what?
What?
You keep saying I live in a shabby apartment, but I think your friend saw me entering the apartment of a friend who took care of me right after I got divorced.
What?
I'm living in a different place now. The rent for the apartment I'm in there is $20,000.
No way! So it's not $2,000?
Nope, definitely not.
I can't believe it! There's no way you could afford to live in a luxury apartment like that all of a sudden.
Yes, I can.
How?
I had a wide variety of jobs that I could do from home. I own several real estate too.
What?
Besides, I'm living with my parents again, so we split the rent.
What? Really?
Yeah.
I never heard anything about it.
Didn't they tell you? Well, I guess you guys never talked after all the drama with Joseph. They were so worried about me, and they suggested living with me. Dad transferred to a new office near my apartment, so it seemed like the perfect plan.
No way. I didn't know any of that.
I see.
Oh, wait. Around the time I married Joseph and moved into that mansion, I got a message from Dad saying they were moving. I thought they were trying to move into our mansion. So I told him to stop relying on me financially and that I never helped them out. I haven't heard from Dad since then.
Wait, don't tell me you blocked them.
I did. They were against my marriage, and yet I thought they just wanted money.
Wow. You thought our parents were after money?
Who knows? Money can change people.
Yeah, look at you now.
Excuse me?
You're a completely different person now. When I told you about my apartment, you never believed me and made fun of me. I even warned you to check what's going on with Joseph's family. But you said it was useless advice. I warned you for your own sake. Don't you think the situations are different now if you followed my advice? Who's miserable now?
Shut up!
Well, good luck with your life from now on.
Where do you live now?
What?
Just give me your address, now.
I don't want to. And Dad and Mom agree with me.
Why not?
We don't want to be pushed around by you anymore.
What?
I know you're planning to move in with me, aren't you? I'm not going to live with you or help you.
Please don't say that.
Goodbye.
Summer, please, help me.
Ellie kept calling me, so I had to block her number. She tried to distance herself from Joseph's family, but Joseph begged for another chance, promising to change. Joseph rolled up his sleeves and started working hard to make ends meet. Even though Ellie initially wanted to split, she found out she was pregnant. That news gave Joseph a new sense of purpose and made him work even harder. Seeing Joseph's determination really changed how Ellie felt about him. She started blogging about their life journey, and her first video went viral. She became a successful mom influencer and entrepreneur. Although I blocked Ellie's number and we haven't spoken, I can see she's thriving through her vlogs. Despite all the ups and downs, I'm finally at peace living with my parents. It feels like a new chapter of serenity and hope has begun.
Hi, Taylor. Have you had a chance to think about the cohabitation thing? I've been waiting for your response forever, but I can't wait any longer. It's been a whole month. I'm sure you've reached a decision by now. Can you let me know already? Why are you being so stubborn?
Hi, Alana. I've already given you my answer many times. We're not going to live together.
And I've also told you many times that I won't accept that answer. If your mother-in-law requests to live together, you should go along and say by all means. It's time to stop this pointless stubbornness and learn what it means to be a good daughter-in-law. Besides, Cole also wants to live with me. But your stubborn attitude is holding him back from taking the next step. He has clearly said he doesn't want to live with you. It's a joint decision between us not to live with you. Either you're making assumptions or he's being considerate toward you. You clearly don't understand his feelings. You're failing as a wife.
When you deny the most crucial part, it's impossible to make any progress.
Anyway, living together is happening no matter what. I'll move over there. You better be thankful since I'm going through all this trouble.
No way.
Once I've sorted out my moving arrangements, I'll let you know, so make sure you're prepared to welcome me.
No matter what you say, we have no intention of living with you.
Hey, honey. Sorry for texting you so late. I got a message from my mom about the living situation. Is she forcing us to agree or something?
Oh, hun. Yeah, it's like she's taking matters into her own hands.
I'm totally against it. I can't live with her. You made it clear, right?
Of course, I haven't agreed to anything. I was planning to talk about it when you got back from your night shift. I guess she made the first move.
What happened?
If you read our chat from this afternoon, it'll make more sense. But to sum it up, it's like if the mother-in-law wants to live together, the daughter-in-law should follow suit. I told her you were against it too, but she said it was either me assuming things or you're being considerate toward me. You're supposed to be in favor of living together, so she's planning to move in with us. She said to get ready to welcome her. Voila.
Seriously? She's just completely ignoring our opinions. Even though she's my mom, I'm so fed up with her. So when is she planning to move in?
She let us know when she's ready, so it might not be right away, I guess.
She hasn't given a clear date. Doesn't seem like it's happening in the next few days. But we should probably consider that we don't have all the time in the world. Well, we should figure something out before our honeymoon trip next week.
True that. I guess it won't be tomorrow or the next day, so we still have a bit of time.
My break is almost over. I'll just finish my night shift for now. Let's discuss it tomorrow for sure.
Got it. Good luck with your work. Taylor, you guys are going on your honeymoon today, right?
Yes.
You'll be back in a week, right?
Right.
Okay, so what time do I need to be at the airport? JFK or Newark?
What?
I'm asking you. It's just that you never told me where to meet you, so I took the initiative to ask. Seriously, hello? You can be such a scatterbrain sometimes.
Do you mean you want to come to the airport to see us off?
Huh? I'm going on the trip with you. What else?
What the?
So where and when are we meeting?
Well, I, didn't book your ticket.
OMG. It's just me and Cole. Why? Why am I being left out? That's not fair.
Left out? It's a honeymoon trip for us. It's normal for a married couple to go alone, right?
What are you talking about? The whole world might think that, but Cole should want to take me with him.
He's right next to me asking if you, who's never been overseas, have a passport in the first place.
Oh, come on. I could just buy one at the airport.
Are you serious?
Why?
You can't buy a passport at the airport. You have to go to the passport agency, make an appointment, and submit an application.
Passport agency?
I think the nearest office to where you live is probably W Main Street in downtown Rochester.
Then I'll go right away. I'll swing by there and then head to the airport.
But they don't give you a passport then and there. It usually takes some time.
What in the world? So I can't go with you?
No, you can't.
Did you plan this on purpose?
Huh?
I guess this is why there was no prior discussion. When you arranged the trip, you intentionally left me out and only booked for 2 of you, right? And to make sure I wouldn't accompany you, you kept the passport application a secret. You got quite the nerve. You must have kept all of this from Cole, too. He must be really upset that I can't go with him. A despicable person like you isn't worth being his wife.
He actually handled all the travel arrangements, you know.
That's a lie.
And why would I ask about passport stuff for someone who's not supposed to go?
Hold on. So you mean I wasn't included from the beginning?
Right. You never were. To be honest, the idea of you joining the honeymoon is so outrageous that both of us are really taken aback. We've never heard of parents tagging along on a honeymoon. It's weird.
But
I guess you understand now that it's not something you can just leave on a moment's notice like a domestic trip. Anyway, I have to go.
Hi, Taylor. I guess you're flying back now. Well, that's not really important. The thing is, since I couldn't go on a trip with you and had some free time, I decided to put it good use by preparing for the move. It went pretty smoothly, and I've already set off for your apartment. I'll be there in about 2 hours, so I'm letting myself in, okay? Oh, and you don't have to worry about the key. When you guys stayed over for Christmas, I borrowed it from your bag and had a spare made. You've been pretty tight-fisted, so I took matters into my own hands and it paid off. But seriously, starting today, I can live in that fancy apartment too. It might not be one of those trendy high-rises, but being on the top floor is still amazing. My son sure knows how to pick a nice place.
So Taylor, starting today, we're living together. You're going to get some serious training from me. Hey, the key isn't working. What's going on here? Taylor, are you there? Answer me.
Alana, I just got off the plane and turned on my phone. What on earth is going on? I want clear explanations from you.
Oh, Taylor, I arrived at your place a little while ago, but the key isn't working.
Huh? You're already there? What happened to let us know beforehand? Like you said you would.
Well, it's because you didn't take me on the honeymoon. I had some free time, so I moved in early. More importantly, why isn't the key working? Did you change the lock because you didn't want me here? You're really sneaky, aren't you? I guess I'll need to rethink my plans for your training from today. It's going to be even more strict and draconian than originally planned.
In your dream.
What?
Phew, that was close. Dodged a bullet there.
I don't get it. What are you talking about?
I don't want to talk to you anymore, especially since you're so unreasonable and freaky.
What the? Hey, you! You're insulting the mother of your husband.
Mom.
Oh, Cole! Listen, Taylor just unleashed some totally uncalled for verbal attacks on me. You're going to help me with the training to put her in place. I'm living with you guys from now on, and I'm going to make sure everything's just right.
Never mind the training. All you ever do is say whatever you want.
See? She's really selfish, isn't she?
I'm talking about you.
Me?
Since you seem to have trouble believing her, I'll say it myself. We're not going to live with you.
No way!
It's been 10 years since Dad divorced you, and it seems like you still have a problem living alone. But the moment you take out that frustration on her is so appalling that living together is out of the question.
Hold on, Cole. There's no need for you to be considerate to such a terrible wife of yours. I know your true feelings. It must have been tough all these years being with her. From now on, I'll be with you so you don't have to worry anymore. You've already landed, right? I wonder how long it'll take you to get home, since it seems like Taylor changed the lock. I'll wait for you at a nearby cafe.
She didn't change the lock.
Really? Then who could have done something like this?
It's not a prank. The management of the apartment probably changed the locks as part of their preparations for the next tenant.
Management? New tenant?
We've already moved. We didn't want to be there when you barged in on us. It was a smart move before our honeymoon.
OMG. Oh, I get it. Taylor must have said something to you, right?
What the?
It's okay, I'll help you out. What's the new address? I'll find a good divorce lawyer for you. I won't let that terrible woman step a foot inside of the new place.
God, don't you get it? Haven't you realized that Dad divorced you because of your personality issues?
Huh?
God darn it. You never admit your mistakes and even have paranoid delusions, leading to constant disputes with neighbors. Do you know how ashamed Dad and I felt every time we had to apologize for your fits? How many times have we had to move and I had to change schools because of you? I had a miserable childhood thanks to you, and even as an adult and after getting married, I still have to be plagued by your issues.
Wait,
Dad put up with a lot, you know. He endured it all those years until I turned 18. I've had enough too. To be honest, I reached my limit a long time ago. I managed to endure because we lived separately and we only met occasionally.
Cole, what are you saying? You love me, don't you?
Yeah, right. I don't need a mother who completely ignores my feelings and insists on cohabiting.
Cole, honey.
This is the very last time I talk to you. Goodbye.
Cole!
It seems that Alana was hoping to sneak into our apartment and start cohabiting while we were on our honeymoon. However, her plans took an unexpected turn when Cole declared estrangement, leading to a tantrum and even involving the police. Moreover, when she mentioned her ex-husband as her emergency contact, it was a complete dead end. He's currently living abroad. He anticipated that she might cause problems in the future, so he moved away early on. The honeymoon also had the purpose of visiting him, so there was no way we could take her. In the end, she returned to her hometown where there was no longer a family. Her infamous reputation from back then still haunts her, resulting in an abrupt shunning by the community. But she is probably still living in her lonely world filled with self-pity and delusions of victimhood.
Hey Sarah, what are you up to right now? Are you at home?
Yeah, it's getting dark out, so I don't have any plans to go out. What's up?
I'm going to drop by a coworker's place and pick up his child, and then we'll head home together. Can you take care of the kid?
Huh? What do you mean?
They're going on a 5-day vacation starting tomorrow, and I volunteered to babysit their child.
What? Hold on.
By the way, he's a 3-year-old boy.
Seriously? What are you thinking?
What's wrong?
You do realize I'm in a state where I could give birth at any moment, right? You haven't forgotten that my due date is around the corner.
Come on, it's not a big deal. If you can hold P, then you can hold it in too. It hasn't come out for 9 months, so you should be fine for another 5 days.
Hold it in? Don't you understand that childbirth doesn't work like that? I have no control over when it happens.
Yeah, looks like I'm dealing with a pregnant diva here. I can't deal with your tantrums right now, so that's that.
Hey!
Anyway, I'll bring the boy home, so take good care of him. Hey, where are you?
Austin.
Hey, you! What the heck are you thinking? You haven't cooked dinner? Haven't even prepared a room for the boy? You're not even here! Don't you have any consideration for your hard-working husband? You're lacking in your duties as a wife. You're on maternity leave and have some free time, so you should be more responsible. Don't act like a spoiled brat just because you're pregnant.
And what about you, you idiot?
What? Are you in a position to say that? You have the nerve to call your hard-working husband an idiot? Seriously?
I'm typing this on her phone. It's from the perspective of a fellow wife.
Wait, who?
It's your mother.
Huh? Mom, why?
I received an SOS from her. She's resting here now. She's too exhausted even to look at her phone, so I'm handling you for her.
Wait, she's at your place?
Yes, I drove her here.
Ah, that diva, causing trouble for you too. You don't have to take everything she says seriously. She's just being spoiled. She's going overboard with her demands just because she's pregnant. If it's that tough, why doesn't she just give birth already and get it over with? I brought my coworker's child with me. Tell her to come back soon.
I saw your chat history.
Oh, so you know she's been too demanding.
How the heck do you expect her to hold the baby in?
Huh?
Taking care of someone else's child right before the due date? It's reckless. You should be responsible for looking after the boy while she rests here. You can handle it, can't you?
No way. It's going to be a problem. I've never taken care of a 3-year-old before. He's my coworker's child, so if anything happens, my position at work could be in jeopardy.
Then why did you agree to take care of him?
Because I'm having Sarah look after him. It's a parenting trial for her, you know?
It's definitely wrong to ask a woman in the final month of pregnancy to look after someone else's child.
But when my friend's wife was pregnant, she cared for their older child just fine. It's not fair to single out Sarah. She's just being lazy and not doing what she can. It's normal for women to be able to take care of children even during pregnancy, isn't it?
Are you talking about Mark's wife?
Yeah, there's a precedent, so I've decided not to spoil her.
He's cooperative with his wife, helps with the chores as a given, and actively takes care of their older child.
Wait, he does chores?
His wife is very grateful for his help, so it seems like he can, right? But what about you? I hear you basically delegate all the chores to Sarah. You don't listen to her when it comes to parenting topics. You often go out from morning till night on weekends, and I heard you scolded her for wanting to stay with her parents right after giving birth.
Because she's just going to depend on them. If we let her have her way with things like having her parents around, she'll just become more spoiled and stop listening to me. As a husband, it wouldn't be respectable if my wife became defiant and stopped obeying me.
You're already doing plenty of shameful things as a husband and father-to-be. On top of that, you agreed to take care of someone else's child during this crucial time? Doing so is a huge responsibility in itself, get it? You sound more concerned about your position at work, but did you ever think about the possibility of the child getting hurt?
If Sarah pays attention, everything should be fine.
Then you should be the one taking care of him.
No way, I've never taken care of a child before.
It's an opportunity for you to learn about parenting, so why don't you take it on? You're going to be a father soon, so you have to try.
Let me talk to Sarah.
Her contractions have started.
Wait, that can't happen yet. I told her to hold it for another 5 days. The kid is running around the house, even drawing on the walls, and it's impossible to handle right now. Send her back home soon. Make him quiet down and clean up the walls.
Idiot, you can't control the timing of childbirth.
Seriously? Then I'll come over there now.
Don't you dare. Don't come to the hospital either.
Why?
Yeah, the boy you just took in. You can't move around freely, can you? You're not planning to leave him at home alone, are you?
Of course not. I'll take him with me.
You can't bring a restless 3-year-old boy near a pregnant woman in labor. I'll take care of everything here, so you fulfill your responsibility in looking after him.
But I can't handle such an undisciplined little kid alone. I shouldn't have agreed to take him. At least you come and help me, please.
Stop it already. Thanks to Miranda's precise judgment, I safely gave birth to a baby boy. During my short hospital stay, Austin tried to visit me multiple times, despite the warning from Miranda about bringing the poorly disciplined 3-year-old along. Due to the disturbance they were causing to other patients, the hospital decided to ban them from entering. Anyway, that moron's lack of understanding of pregnancy was quite exasperating. I never thought he truly believed I could control the timing of childbirth. My in-laws apologized for his ignorance. I'm now thankful that I got to know his true nature before seriously starting to raise our child. After being discharged from the hospital, I returned to my parents and eventually filed for a divorce. I demanded full custody, of course. Even now, 6 months later, I continue to receive messages seeking reconciliation. He's not fond of my parents, who are straightforward about things, so I don't have to worry about him ever showing up here.
Adrian, it's been a while. Yeah, hi, it's been a while. It's been about a year. Tess? Huh? You've become quite the big shot, calling me by name right off the bat. No, I thought it was rude to call you Mrs. Johnson. You're not making any sense. You're still a rude person. Well, no matter what you call me, our relationship as a daughter-in-law and mother-in-law will never change. Huh? A wife listens to what her mother-in-law, the mother of her husband, says. Even if something is white, if I say it's black, it's black. Only when there is correct hierarchical relationship like that, the relationship between mother-in-law and daughter-in-law can be kept on good terms. Excuse me, Tess. Now let's get down to the point of why I contacted you, shall we? I'll go ahead, but I won't take no for an answer. Huh? I've decided to live with you starting today. Huh? What? Living together, you mean you and I? What else could I mean? I've already brought my stuff over, so you'll have to clean up. Oh, before you put the stuff in, clean the room thoroughly. I won't allow you to place my belongings in the dirty room. Oh, you're there already. I thought you would say no if I informed you in advance. Of course I would. Well, that's straight to the point. I told you that I won't take no for an answer, and you just ignored me and talked back. Of course I would talk back. Matt and I divorced half a month ago. Huh? I was planning to change the locks. I had to put it off due to a sudden business trip right after the divorce, but I didn't think you'd force yourself in this time. What are you talking about? Divorce? That's not what I heard. You haven't heard anything from Matt, have you? Because when Matt showed up at my house last week, he had a duplicate key to this house. I see. So, in other words, the number of duplicate keys has been increasing without my knowledge. I thought Matt gave them back to me when we divorced. I wonder who he was making them for. Well, there's no point in talking about that now. Well then, please leave that duplicate key and leave right away. Huh? That house was originally bought in my name. There's no reason for me to live with you. We're not related now. Oh, look what you're saying. You and Matt are divorced? Do you expect me to believe that? It's a fact, that's all. Yeah, I won't listen to such nonsense. You not only disobey my orders, but you try to deceive me with such a joke. No, I'm not joking. Shut up! What kind of attitude is that for a wife to refuse to live with me by telling such a lie? By the looks of things, it's doubtful that you even do your daily housework properly. I think you need to be thoroughly educated. I'm going to live with you from here on, and I'm going to train you old school, so brace yourself. I'm not his wife anymore. I told you I don't even live with him. Besides, this is Matt's house, and as his mother, it's as good as my house. So this is my son's and my house. As long as I, the mother-in-law, live with him, the daughter-in-law is the lowest position in the household. So I'm not his wife. In other words, you are as good as a housekeeper. Get back here within 10 minutes, clean the house and sort out my belongings. If you don't want to be kicked out, come back right away. I told you that the house was purchased in my name. I bought it when I was single, so it wasn't part of the divorce assets. Oh my! There's almost nothing in the fridge. There's almost nothing but condiments. You can't possibly feed your husband a satisfying meal like this. I can see that you usually slack off. Huh? Did you look in the fridge without permission? Since we're going to live together, it's only right that I take a look. I was going to give you a taste of my home cooking for starters. Adrian, pick up some groceries on your way home. I'm on a long business trip, so I just went and emptied the fridge. I won't listen to your excuses. Oh, and I've decided on the room behind the living room. Huh? The door was locked, so I had to break it open, so you can fix it later. Wait a minute. That room? It was in the way of me moving my stuff in, so I had the contractor take away everything that was in there. You mean you threw away everything in the room? Yes, it's fine for a wife's personal belongings to be minimal. Since you weren't coming home anytime soon, I decluttered it for you. Now your room is clean and suitable for me to live in. There's still a little dust and trash, so you better come back and clean up every nook and cranny. In that room, there were all sorts of company-issued computers and photographic equipment. What? Company provided? Sometimes I work remotely when I work in-house. That's what this room was for. What are you doing? It's your fault for not quitting. Huh? I don't understand. If anything happens, you immediately say, work, work, work. And now you're in the middle of a business trip? It's no way for a wife to behave, not taking care of her husband, and is instead distracted by her work. What a loser! Please don't change the subject. This is a compensation issue. Compensation? You disposed of company-issued equipment without permission. You'll have to pay for it, won't you? There was some expensive equipment, so I'm sure it's going to be quite a bit of money. You're saying it's my fault? You just said it was your fault for not quitting your job. That's why it's so hard to get pregnant. I wonder when you will give birth to my grandchildren. I'm divorced. You can't expect me to do that. That again! Don't bring up the lie about divorce every second. It's true. I've been telling you all this time and you still don't believe me. You are so full of it. Since we're not getting anywhere, let me summarize. I believe that you will be billed for the cost of the company's equipment at a later date. What? Even if I estimate lightly, it should be at least $10,000. $10,000? Apart from that, I'll be back tomorrow after my business trip. Please repack your belongings for the move by then and get the hell out of my house. Tess, it seems you are still staying at my house. You even changed the locks. How brazen can you be? Just a moment, Adrian. You're sitting around. You're so stubborn and rude. That's a bit much for a wife. I live in my son's house. I'm part of this family. Rather, as the matriarch's mother, you, my daughter-in-law, must show me some respect. You're the lowest ranking person in the house, and you're so loud and whiny. I will educate you well from here on out. Get out, or I'll call the police. Huh? You still don't believe me, but your son Matt and I are divorced. This is an unchangeable fact. As a matter of fact, his stuff is nowhere to be found in the house, right? Huh? Matt's stuff? You knew which room he was using, didn't you? Now, that room is empty. It's a completely empty space, but you haven't seen it yet. I thought my son should have some privacy. You don't care about my privacy, but you're so sweet to your son. Well, that's why you're sitting in a stranger's house without knowing what's going on, so to speak. It's laughable. It's true. Matt's room, there's really nothing. What on earth does that mean? If you really got divorced, I'd be the first to hear about it. I'm his mother. The truth is, Matt said he would tell you in his own time, so I kept quiet. I don't think it's going to end without an explanation under the circumstances, so I'm going to say it. What? The cause of my divorce from Matt was his affair. Cheating? He got back together with his ex-girlfriend from school. If you doubt it, I have the report from the investigation I ordered from the private detective agency. And I'm sure you can check with the municipal office to see if he's divorced or not. Oh no! Then where is Matt now? He's broke from paying me alimony, and he got fired from his job. It looks like he moved into his ex-girlfriend's apartment. Ex-girlfriend? You don't mean Fran? Oh, you know about his ex-girlfriend? That would make things easier. If you want to talk to Matt, please go there. Not that woman. What? That immoral slut? Oh, you know that too. Of course I do. In my hometown, there were a lot of parents unhappy that their sons were used. Huh? I see. I'm sorry to hear that. Then get back together quickly. Huh? They say cheating is a man's worth, and the other party is that toxic woman. It's outrageous that a woman like that should be his wife. You're better than her. If you remarry Matt right now, I'll forgive you for your rudeness. You don't have to forgive me. Cheating on your wife is a one-time offense. There's no way I'd ever get back together with him. If you're serious, you're an idiot. Even if it's a joke, it's a bad one. Well... So please get out of there. Please don't make me say it again. But, I've already canceled the lease on the apartment that I lived in. Huh? I have nowhere to go. I left to live with Matt and you. Tess, the police have arrived. Huh? Adrian! Hey! Where did you go? Why is there a family living here that I don't know at all? Oh, hi. It's been a month. That place is now rented out as a rental property. Rented? So you won't be back here anymore? Don't tell me you're in front of the house. Yes, but I've been in the apartment with Matt and Fran since after I was taken away by the police a month ago. Well, when I asked the two of them to cover the compensation your company charged me with, they suddenly moved out yesterday. They also said that they canceled the apartment contract. I can't imagine, but are you going to ask to move in with me again? Could you please do that for me? You know that sharing a room you hear so much about these days. You know that kind of thing? You're too funny. I'm not joking, I'm serious. It's even more impossible. Why? Your ex-mother-in-law is on the street. Don't you think you can at least take care of her a little? No, I don't. What? Why not? As you said, it's just ex. Besides, I'm living in a company dormitory now. Huh? So I can't do anything. Goodbye. Oh no, wait! After that, I immediately blocked her. I had left it as it was, just to keep an eye on her. Tess doesn't know where I work, and since the house and the conditions necessary for living together were no longer in place, I guess I'm safe for the time being. After that, Tess stormed into her ex-husband's parents' house, whom she divorced with more than a decade ago. Apparently, she wanted to get back together with her ex-husband and ask him to support her. I was surprised at the unexpected idea. But there, she found her ex-husband living with his second wife and their children, and she was once again taken away by the police. In the end, she was picked up by her strict brother, a person she really didn't want to be indebted to. She's now working under the supervision of her brother to pay for the reimbursement she was charged by my employer. What are we gonna do? Andrea, oh my God, we're in trouble! Martha, what happened? Our house was robbed! Huh? That's terrible. Did you report it to the police? Not yet, but before I do, I thought I'd check to see if you had any idea what happened. Me? Have any idea? What's missing? Well, the things I noticed. First of all, the dishes are missing. Also, the contents of the closet. Above all, a bank book for an account with $30,000 is missing, along with the bank card. A bank book with $30,000? Does that ring a bell? Oh my God, as soon as you and Roy get divorced, robbers, for God's sake! I can't help but think it's someone who knew our family and wanted to take advantage of the situation. Hey, Andrea, you think so too, don't you? Martha? Could it be that you're talking about the things I took with me? Oh no, so it was you after all. It was right when you left in the divorce, so I thought maybe you might be the one who tried to trick me. And bingo! It turned out to be true. What a nasty woman you are. It was a mistake to let someone like you in the house. No, what's wrong with me taking out my own stuff? What about the Meissen plates? Oh, those are my favorites. The Meissen dishes are mine because I bought them when I was single. What about the big floral dress and the alligator leather bag? I wanted to use them next time I go out. They're my clothes and bag, so it's only natural that I should take them, right? I'm rather surprised that you wanted to use them without permission. Then what about the $30,000 bank account? That's exactly the money I saved when I was single. It's a bank book in my name. It's not subject to property division in a divorce, so it's only natural that I should take it. What a brazen person! I wonder if you even have a heart. Listen to me, Andrea. Listen to me carefully. It's common sense that once you get married, you should give everything you own to the family. Moreover, this divorce is the result of your failure as a wife. As a way of apologizing, you should leave everything behind. It's not too late to return the money, so come and return it right away. If you return it today, I will not report you to the police. I never agreed to that when I got married or divorced. You understand that the law takes precedence over your own meaningless rules, right? Call the police. Do whatever you want. I don't think they will take you seriously. Well, how dare you insult me, even though I'm your ex-husband's mother? That's enough. I understand. When Roy comes home, I'll show him these messages and we'll take measures to deal with it. You are not only a sneaky thief, but you are also a rude person to your superiors. It's unforgivable. Naturally, I'll have to file a police report as well. You better brace yourself. Excuse me, Martha. May I have a word? What? You're sorry? In the apartment where you are now, the one where Roy and I used to live? Yes, but so what? Why would you be able to get in? I borrowed the key from Roy's key case and had a friend who knows a locksmith make a duplicate key. Then, could it be that I felt things in the house were moving from time to time, or that my cosmetics seemed to be running out fast, because you had entered the house without our knowledge? It's my son's house. It's only natural that I should have a key. I don't like that kind of thing. I mean, going into a stranger's house without permission? That's a more serious matter to be reported. Do you understand? Don't change the subject. My son's house is like his parents' house. It doesn't matter if you call the police. If you think you can call the police, go ahead and do it. I think you have it all wrong. The apartment was rented in my name when I was single. I only continued to live there after my marriage to Roy. It is not your son's house. I really can't call the police. I think you're the one who's going to be arrested for trespassing. Oh gosh, how many times do I have to tell you? Once a wife is married, she is supposed to give everything she has to her family, and that includes this apartment. Therefore, from today, this apartment belongs to Roy. I live here with Roy. It is so sad to be alone, isn't it? Are you reading this message correctly? The apartment is in my name. In other words, it's a lease. The landlord is the original owner, so I can't just go and give it to Roy. There you go again with the trivial details. Oh well, I'm sure Roy himself would like to live with me. No matter what the stupid wife says, I will live here with Roy. Roy will be leaving tomorrow. Huh? The cancellation details have already been completed, so you can only live there until tomorrow. Roy is allowed to come in and out of the room because he has packing to do, but you are out of the question. Please leave immediately. You! Enough of this! You should know your place as a wife. Our divorce is final. I am not his wife. I'll say it again. Please leave us now. Answer, Adrian! In the end, I didn't even call the police. During this message, I called my father-in-law to pick up my mother-in-law. Now here's the story. This divorce was actually Roy's idea. My mother-in-law is still very attached to her son and is also very abusive towards me. In order to get out of the situation, we temporarily divorced and moved to a new house on different days. My mother-in-law's breaking into the apartment was an accident that occurred during the execution of this operation. When my father-in-law went to collect my mother-in-law, she was sitting in the middle of the room with her large amount of luggage. It seems that she was serious when she said she was going to live with Roy. After that, we took all the necessary measures to prevent the new address from being discovered, and the move was completed without incident. It is a secret, of course, that Roy will take my family name after our marriage. LOL.
Hey, answer it! Answer within a minute. You've got some nerve to ignore my calls.
Excuse me? Who are you? I think you must be mistaking me for someone else. It was an unknown contact, so I didn't answer you.
How dare you talk to me like that? How can I be wrong? How dare you blame me and make fun of me? Jesus! Why did Hank choose this lady?
Hold on. Could it be Hank's mom?
Excuse me? I have a name. First of all, I don't approve of you.
I mean, Mrs. Smith.
Good. So you know about me, right? Then why didn't you introduce yourself before? Hank told me about you. You two have been dating for 3 years already, right? If that's the case, it's normal for you to come and introduce yourself before the marriage proposal. Why didn't you tell me until now? You must have no manners at all.
Well, I went to see you this time to introduce myself as a fiancé. You wanted me to introduce myself when we started dating?
Yeah, it's obvious, isn't it? You don't even know that? You should be saying something like, I'm dating your precious son. How can you not come to introduce yourself? You have no common sense, and yet you try to make fun of me.
I had never heard of such common sense. I apologize for that. Hank thought it wasn't a good idea for me to visit his parents' house, so I was holding back.
I'm sure he was. If I had known he was dating a lady like you, I would have broken off two of you. I only want him to date with girls I approve of.
How did you get my contact?
While Hank was taking a bath, I looked at his phone. I searched for your phone number. I really wanted to say something to you.
Did you look at your son's phone without his permission?
I'm his mother. What's wrong with looking at my son's phone? Hank is my only son. He is the heir to our family. I have to keep an eye on him to make sure he doesn't get any bad woman.
Hank is an adult. You can't just look at his phone without permission. It's an invasion of privacy.
What? Do you know who are you talking to? I wonder if you know what kind of work I do. And you're talking to me like that?
I don't know your profession, Mrs. Smith. I mean, what does your profession have to do with this conversation?
Of course it does. I'm a lawyer. So is my husband. I know more about the law than you do. What kind of work do you do? Hank said he would never tell me what you do. I guess you don't have much of a job, do you?
I am a civil servant.
I see. Which is not a bad job. But compared to me, it's nothing. People say civil servants are basically just puppets of the government. Compared to us, who are lawyers, we are much more intelligent. What about your parents?
They are both working for the government too.
Oh, really? Well, that makes them even more out of character with us. My family is a lawyer and we make good money.
I don't care what you say about me, but why do I have to be told about my parents as well?
Because Hank wants to marry you. When it comes to marriage, it's a house-to-house bond, right? If he marries into a family of incompetent civil servants, it will lower the status of my family. Hank needs to marry a daughter from a respectable family.
I love Hank, and I want to marry him. Even if you don't approve of me right now, I will do my best so that one day you will approve of me.
That's impossible. You can change your parents' job, can you? Until now, when a girlfriend who didn't suit Hank came along, I made him break up with her. You should break up with him too.
After that conversation, Hank apologized to me. He told me that whenever he introduced a girlfriend in the past, if she didn't like her, she would secretly contact her and break them up. So, he said he was very worried about going to his parents this time. Of course, I love Hank and I want to marry him. So, I tried to get her approval without breaking up with him. And I decided to keep in touch with her. Happy birthday to you, Mrs. Smith.
Oh, thank you. I'm not happy to be greeted by a low-class lady, but I will say thank you as a courtesy.
I look forward to seeing you at the party tonight.
Party? Are you coming too?
Hank has asked me to come.
Well, if you attend as Hank's friend, you may attend.
Thank you, Mrs. Smith.
It's also Hank's engagement party,
What?
Because people who are very important to me will be at my birthday party. I thought it would be a great opportunity to announce Hank's engagement.
Wow! Thank you very much. I'm glad you approve of me.
Huh? What are you happy about? Jesus, do you think it's you?
What? It's not about us?
Of course not. The fiancé is not you, of course. She's the daughter of a trading company, Hank's ex-girlfriend.
What? What do you mean?
I like her a lot. But Hank said he couldn't keep up with her financial stance. That's why they broke up. She had a perfect family background. But I'm glad I invited her to my birthday party.
Does Hank know about it?
It's a surprise for Hank. But the new fiancé loves Hank so much. She seems to be happy to receive my surprise. If I announce it at the party, Hank won't be able to refuse, If he says no, it's like damaging the reputation of both families. I'm sure he won't do it and accept my surprise. If you're coming to the party too, it's going to be a great party, don't you think? You should take a good look with your own eyes. That is what kind of girl would be a match for Hank and my family. Well, you've done a good job too. You message me almost every day for a month. You were trying to get me to like you and agree to marry you, weren't you? Your shallow plan is so obvious. I'm sorry it didn't work out for you.
If Hank wants it, I will back out. But if Hank still chooses me, I won't give up on marrying Hank.
After all this, you still won't give up? You really have a stubborn spirit, huh? Well, I'm officially inviting you to today's party. By all means, bring a tissue with you so you can cry.
I had a lot to say to her, but after I talked to Hank, we both decided not to attend. Since Hank also did not attend, there was no mention of an engagement. Since I couldn't resolve things through messaging her, I've decided to visit their house and go to formally introduce myself for marriage. We got down on our knees and begged. But the moment I looked up, she suddenly slapped me. I was simply shocked by her action, and gradually it turned into anger.
How is your cheek? It's your fault for coming to my house suddenly without an appointment. Rude people deserve to be slapped out. Unlike you, I'm busy with work. Just because you are not busy as me doesn't mean you can do whatever you want in my house.
He wanted to bring me to his parents' house for a formal introduction again, but both of you were insisted that I wasn't good enough to be his wife. That's what Hank told me.
Of course, I was humiliated on my birthday. The truth is, I had told everyone that I was going to announce Hank's engagement. It's fine that you're not coming, but even Hank didn't attend my party. Not only me, but the new fiance was also humiliated. You made this happen on your own. I hope you can take responsibility.
It wasn't my own decision. Hank and I discussed it, and we decided not to attend.
That's a lie. Hank cares for me. He is a wonderful son who cares about his mother. But because he met you, he turned against me and his father. It's all your fault.
You really hate me.
Yes, I hate you. No matter what you try to do, it's impossible to like you. I'm sorry I slapped you when you came all the way over here. But we're both lawyers, so there's no point in demanding me or something. Don't think for a second that daughter of a low-class family will go against us.
My father is a judge.
What?
I told you, my father is a judge.
No way, that's true.
My dad knew about you. He said you were in law school together.
But you never said anything about your parents was a judge.
Well, I said they are civil servants, right?
That's true, but...
By the way, my mother is also a judge and I'm a prosecutor.
You're lying, right? You lied to me.
I am a national civil servant. I am not lying.
Even Hank never said about that.
Many people get defensive if I tell them about my job, so I told him to keep quiet. If you ever attempt to use your legal authority, I will tell them my actual job. That's what I told him. I really wish those moments wouldn't happen. But if you're up for it, we'll just be honest and tell our side too.
Wait! When you say your father knows me, I don't know anyone named Anderson. I have a good memory, you know? Now I know you're lying.
Anderson is my mother's surname. My father took my mom's surname when they got married. My father's maiden name was Williams.
Williams? That top student? That's a lie. I can't believe he raised a lady like you.
I heard you always borrow my dad's notes.
Yes, I always borrowed his notes because it was very organized. Did he say anything else about me?
Oh, the Valentine's Day story. That was funny.
He remembered? That's not true. It was a misunderstanding.
You gave him a love letter, right? But I heard he was dating my mother, who was 2 years younger than him at the time. And he rejected you.
That's not true. That was a prank. I was just teasing him because he was a top student.
Really? That's funny. Even after he rejected you, you kept following my dad around. Even when they were on a date, you tried to interrupt them. I heard you were a stalker to a level that would make anyone cringe.
Stop it! It's my dark history!
I've already told my father everything you did and said to me this time.
What? What did he say? What does your father think of me?
He's quite angry.
Oh no! I never thought you were the daughter of my first love. Well, now I noticed you look like your dad, and you look smart too.
You don't have to try to be nice. You've said a lot of things about me before, and I know how you really feel about me. Your family is different from ours, so I will talk to Hank again. If we get married, your family will lose its prestige, right?
Our family is lower status than yours, so please be positive about the marriage. I would like to apologize directly to you. I want to see your father too.
You don't have to do this. You are so busy that you don't have time to meet with me, right? I will talk it over with Hank.
Wait a minute. Please marry my Hank.
I couldn't stop laughing at her new attitude when I told her about my parents. I cannot forget what she did to me, but I told Hank that I still want to marry him. Hank felt guilty and blamed himself, and he promised me I would not be hurt again. So, Hank came up with a great idea. How have you been feeling since then? Mrs. Smith, it's been a while.
Oh no, you don't have to call me like that. You can call me Mom. Just talk to me more casually. We're family now.
No, I'm a stranger. So, I will continue to act like this. What made you message me?
I was just wondering if the scar on your cheek was healed.
It's healed nicely, so I'm fine.
Thank goodness. I felt bad about it. But you know, it just happened. I didn't do it intentionally.
I see. Well, I don't care anymore.
Really? Then that's good. If you want, why don't you come to have dinner with us? I haven't been able to get in touch with Hank lately. I'm worried about what happened to the marriage.
We're fine. Hank was concerned about it. But I still wanted to marry him. My parents like Hank very much too. So, the marriage is still going.
Your parents? I'm so glad. I'm so happy that you two are getting married. I will do my best to support you. Let's have dinner to celebrate. Your parents are welcome to join us. It's been a while since I've had a chance to talk with your dad too.
Hank is the only one my parents like. My parents have mixed feelings for you.
What?
So, they are only welcome about Hank. To be honest, I'm a little bit surprised that you are still hung up on your first love, even though you are married.
Don't be so cold. When we get married, we will be family. Your parents won't be strangers to us, you know?
You will remain strangers. Hank will cut off ties with you.
Huh? What are you talking about? Hank is our only son.
It's what Hank wants. He's fed up with his parents and wants to disown them.
What's going to happen to us if he's going to disown us? Hank is my only son.
I don't know about that, but he said that he wants to give up his family name already. My father and mother both accepted Hank.
Wait a minute, I didn't hear anything about that.
Besides, you messaged me today because Hank didn't send any money, right? That's why you tried to talk to me, wasn't it?
How did you know that?
Hank told me. On payday, you were always asking for money. You love branded stuff and you were always short of money. I heard that law firms don't have many clients either.
So, he's not going to support us financially anymore?
If you live decently, you wouldn't have a hard time. That's what he said. You keep saying he's your only son, but in the end, you don't want to give him up because you want to get money from him, right?
But we are both lawyers. We have to have a lavish life. We are a family, so it's natural that we help each other with money, isn't it?
If we want to help each other, then yes. But in your case, you were dependent on Hank.
But the payment is due today. If I don't pay the rent for the office, we have to close the office. We won't be able to earn money.
I guess you deserve it.
Please, lend me the money. Just lend it to me. You don't have to give it to me.
No, I won't lend you money. I'm not stupid enough to lend money to someone who has no chance of repaying it.
Then, give me the money. Your mother-in-law is in trouble.
I can give you too. How audacious can you be?
You have a lot of savings, right? Come on.
I've spent a lot of my savings. We're going to have a big wedding here.
What? A wedding? And that hotel is very prestigious.
When you invite people related to your business, I had to have a wedding at a place like this. It's very popular, and I couldn't get a reservation for a long time. Suddenly, the wedding hall got cancelled. So, we were able to have a wedding 1 month early. I've been preparing for the wedding for a while now, cutting down on my sleeping hours. I know it's short notice, but I wanted to make the ceremony as nice as possible.
You're getting married in a month? I didn't get the invitation.
Because I didn't invite you.
But I'm Hank's mother. It's not right that I'm not invited to the wedding. I will attend the wedding no matter what.
I don't think you should. What if you come to the wedding and ruin it? If you have a lawyer badge, you understand, don't you?
Yeah, I know, but it's not right that the mother isn't invited to the wedding. The other attendees would understand how I feel.
We didn't send you a wedding invitation. There will be people at this wedding who knows the law as well as you do.
Then please, just lend me the money for this month. If I can't pay the rent today, I will be able to leave.
I'm so sorry. I know you tried so hard to raise Hank, and I really appreciate it. From now on, our family will support Hank. Well then, take care.
Wait, hold on. I'm sorry for what I did to you and to Hank. As a mother, I really wanted to choose the right person for him. I'm sorry, I crossed the line. I'm sorry, I apologize. Please, don't abandon me. Please, let me attend the wedding at least. It's my only son's big day. Please.
They sold their house and luxury goods and managed to pay the rent for their office. Now, Hank's parents are working very hard together. I heard that they used to be selective about their work. But now, they are taking on jobs no matter how small. Because of that, they have become a reputable law firm. My father always wanted a son. And he loves Hank like his son. They often go out without me. To be honest, we got married early because I was pregnant. Hank's parents seem to be changed in a good way. We are planning to send them a picture of their grandchild after the baby is born.
Selena, do you know what I'm going to say? Ugh, I have no idea. I don't have any reason to be lectured by you, you know. I didn't say I would. I wonder why you think that. You only contact me for that kind of stuff. Can't you praise me more instead of just scolding me? You're the worst parent. I want to give you a lecture instead. Don't change the subject, please. Well, I'll be direct. Did you take the money again? That was our food budget for this month. Give it back. Huh? What proof do you have that I took money from the envelope? I guess if $500 suddenly disappeared, that would be quite surprising. But just because you're freaking out, it doesn't mean you can take it out on me. I'll tell my dad that you called me a thief without proof. Wait, how did you know? Know what? I just said the money was taken. I didn't mention $500 missing from the envelope. You seem to know the details. That's weird. I just withdrew money from the ATM a little while ago. Right after I got home, I went to the bathroom for a quick moment. It happened in just 2 or 3 minutes. So, only I should know that there was $500 in the envelope at this point. But how do you know that? Why are you acting like a detective? Isn't it a parent's duty to give their child an allowance? Am I your mother only when it's convenient for you? You're so annoying. Anyway, I already spent that money. I can't give it back. Too bad. Oh my god, already? What did you spend it on? I just bought some stuff I wanted. But that's a lot of money. It's not an amount high schoolers usually spend all at once, you know? What? $500 is considered a lot? You're really sounding like a broke person. If you're a parent, isn't it normal to support your daughter? It's not like in your time. Nowadays, high schoolers spend money on makeup, fashion, fun stuff. $500 is plenty. You haven't even had a part-time job, but you understand the value of money, huh? Jeez. You know, you've been strangely confident lately. What do you mean? Just a little while ago, you were like a total kiss nose, always trying to please Dad and me, peeking at our mood, weren't you? Are you trying to say that I was being a kiss-up or a brown nose? Whatever. You're so annoying. It's just a little mistake. Jeez. You're just picking on me because you have nothing else to be proud of as an old lady, huh? So lame. Well, yeah. I know you're struggling academically, so I won't push it further. but you should really try to improve your grades a bit. What the heck? I'm not that bad, you know. Getting a failing grade isn't exactly not bad, is it? You had a bunch of failing grades on the last exams because I got a call from your counselor. Oh. If you don't improve, you can't move up to junior, right? This high school is different from your middle school, which had let you graduate even with bad grades. You can really get left behind if you don't keep up. Oh, seriously? I know all that stuff. Just cut it out. You're so irritating. I'm staying at a friend's place tonight. I don't want to see your face. Fine. At least let your dad know which friend you're staying with, okay? Shut up, old lady. So darn annoying. Hey, there was no money in your wallet this morning. What about my allowance? Oh, you were trying to take money from my wallet again? What were you planning to use it for this time? You just never learn. Shut up. You're too old to understand even if I told you. Don't complain about what I do. Haven't you gone to the bank again since then? No, I decided not to carry much cash anymore. Why? I adopted mobile payments on the advice of a colleague. It turns out I can manage everyday expenses just fine without carrying my wallet. The world has become so convenient. Oh, darn it, that's inconvenient for me. Why? Because I had to borrow money from friends the last time since $500 wasn't enough. You, as a so-called mother, are nothing more than a useless old woman. Your only value is giving money. If you can't even do that, you're really worthless to me. If you want to be considered my mom, give me money quickly. $300 would be enough. If you're so insistent, why don't you ask your dad for it? Taking money from a wallet which belongs to someone you don't consider as a mother? It's like you're saying, I'm stealing from a stranger's wallet. What are you talking about? Even though you usually act like a mother, why are you not one when it comes to money? So, in your opinion, being a mother means giving money without question? I said it's a parent's duty to give allowance to their children. It's not an obligation, though. My role is to ensure that you don't develop a messed up sense of money. So, I still act like your mother, even in situations like now. I don't get it. Just do something about $300 for me. I already promised to repay it tomorrow. You don't want me to lose my friends, do you? A mother's role is to ensure her child doesn't lose friends because of money issues. I'm telling you, you're a failure as a mother. If you get it, just give me the money. Does your school have specific rules on part-time jobs? What now? Considering your grades, I think working shouldn't even be on your radar, but when a loan is involved, priorities change. You need to find a way to extend the deadline with your friend and pay back the money you borrowed with your own earnings. What the? It's better for your future to learn how to earn money on your own. If you take a loan, you have to pay it back yourself. When you enter the real world, no one will help you. So, it's a parent's duty to help their child in a pinch. You, on the other hand, seem to only stop being a mother when it comes to money. You're just a stingy, money-grabbing miser, aren't you? Either way, you used up the grocery money for this month. So we're on a shoestring until next paycheck. We'll be living on baked beans for a while. Yeah, right? You want me, in my growing years, to put up with such a lousy meal? Then give me back the $500 right away. I told you I already spent it. Besides, if you're a housewife, managing around that much should be a breeze. Instead of complaining, you should figure it out. Seriously. Do you think you're in a position to defy me? I'll tell everything to Dad. If you don't want him to divorce you, give me $300 now. Selena. What? Calm down and take a moment to reread this entire conversation. Why? It won't change anything even if I did. Because you sound incredibly embarrassing. Geez, what are you talking about? Talking to you while you're so worked up won't lead anywhere. Let's end it here for today. cool your head. Hey, where are you anyway? I'm on a business trip and we'll be back tomorrow night. There's some pre-made food in the fridge, so just eat that. You're seriously useless. Selena, you took my credit card without asking, didn't you? Oh, it's the stingy money-grabbing lady. Are you planning to lecture me pretending like a mother again? I'd appreciate it if you didn't do that. Answer my question. Did you take my credit card? Yeah, I did. I'm on a school trip from today, you know. I gave you the maximum amount of $100 allowed by the school. Why do you need a credit card? And you even took it without telling me. Well, if I told you, you'd stop me, right? So I had to sneak it out, of course. I mean, if you can't even figure that out, you're really dumb. You know, I'm going to New York City. I'll be heading to places like Macy's, FAO Schwartz, and Chelsea Market, so that small amount won't cut it. I'll be living it up with your money. I see, but it's too bad for you. What do you mean? You see, Selena, that credit card is already canceled. What? Canceled? Yeah, I told the credit card company that I didn't need it anymore, so I've told them to make sure it won't work for any future transactions. No way! I was a bit busy and forgot to take the card that I couldn't use anymore out of my wallet, but you did. Holy cow, what the heck? I had promised to treat my friends to lunch. If I can't use it, it's a big problem for me. Do your best within the limits of $100. Bring me a valid card right now. Yeah, right. This is for the best. If it had been a functioning card, you'd have become a criminal. Whatever. Do you think that's the issue here? I've told you before. Do you want to be divorced by Dad? Now bring it here. Listen, Selena. Come on. As soon as I snitch on Dad, he'll divorce you, you know. We've already filed for a divorce. What? The expenses for the school trip and the $100 I gave you are my farewell gift. Your high school tuition, your allowance, your living expenses, and even your current phone bill. From next month onwards, you and your dad will have to manage on your own. What do you mean? Ask your dad about it. Since he and I are separated now, I'm no longer considered family to you. I'm not your mother anymore, so you don't have to worry about me acting like one. Goodbye now. Hey, I just got back from the school trip. Something weird is going on at home. Who's that woman? Welcome back, Selena. It seems you still have some feelings to reach out to me. I thought that you'd never talk to an unrelated old woman like me anymore. There's no one else who knows the situation. Anyway, who's that woman? She somehow found her way into the house. You mean that woman in her early 20s who looks all flashy? Yeah. I mean, she's like a streetwalker or something, super tacky. When I tried to ask Dad what was up, he was all lovey-dovey with her and told me off. She's your new mom. I'm not sure if that's an appropriate way to put it, though. What? Which means she's going to be your dad's new wife. Oh my God. Wait a second. You guys just filed for a divorce, and now there's someone new? It doesn't make sense, does it? Considering you're a sophomore in high school, I think you can sense the situation, right? The reason for our divorce and the quick appearance of a new partner? Did he cheat? Yeah, he did. No way. With a tacky woman like her? Don't talk about your new mom like that. No, I don't accept her as a mom. I seriously can't, you know? But you also wear quite a lot of makeup for a high school student. You guys suit each other. Don't joke around right now. Seriously, what's going on? Is this some kind of prank? I'd like you to ask your dad directly for the details, but I don't want him to mislead you about the important parts, so I'll just tell you the bare minimum. Tell me what's going on. He's currently unemployed. Oh, shoot. Why? He was a senior manager in the sales department of a major company. Didn't he have a good sales record? He said he could have been a director. His success was attributed to taking credit for the achievements of his colleagues. No. Furthermore, he had an affair with the #1 dancer at a strip club where he entertained clients. You mean that woman in my house? Oh my God, is she really a stripper? Sure, she looks like one, but seriously? Yeah, he took her on business trips like he was on vacation. And he sometimes cooped up in a hotel with her during work hours. All of that led to his dismissal for misconduct. That's crazy. Moreover, he'll have to pay alimony to me, so his savings will most likely be depleted. He's unemployed now and likely struggling to cover living expenses. I bet he can't even afford to give you an allowance. No, why? Why did you leave him? You married him because you loved him, right? How could you just hand him over to that tacky woman? Don't you regret it? Well, I think those feelings vanished pretty quickly, thanks to you, Selena. Huh? Me? Why? Is it my fault now? I don't get it. Explain. Do you remember when I married him when you were in 8th grade? Yeah, I guess. Before the wedding, you sweet-talked that you wanted me to be your mom, right? But after we got married and started living together, things changed. You started asking me for money, and when I refused, you'd yell at me. In the end, you started stealing money from my wallet. Because you didn't give it to me. Giving your child an allowance is a parent's duty, right? Not exactly. Why not? You used to whenever I asked. You're the one who neglected the duty of being a mother and became a monster who only lectured me. I'm not the one to blame. Initially, I was feeling pressured to be liked by you. At the same time, I was struggling with how to deal with you. Maybe the way I behaved gave you an impression of being weak, and your selfish behavior escalated. When I tried to consult your dad, he just blamed me and said I was the problem. While I was dealing with the complicated situation with both of you, his affair came to light. Jeez. I realized there was no need to tolerate this anymore. Then I headed straight for a divorce. I noticed you've been quite assertive lately. Is that the reason? That's right. This is what you mean when you say you've reached your limit. I just wanted to make a clean break and took the plunge. I'm very satisfied now that I've distanced myself from the selfish monster. I'm wondering why I didn't do this sooner. Oh no. So, Selena, all your fees for school, living expenses, and everything else, you'll have to manage it all by yourself now. Listen, I'm coming to live with you. Why? If I'm not wrong, when parents divorce, if the child is over 14, they can choose which parent they want to live with, right? You know that well. I'm surprised that you're educated on this matter when you're terrible in school. See, I'm smart, right? Are you changing your mind about me? So, I'll follow you. That's impossible. Why? I can't believe you're giving up custody of your daughter. Are you really a mother being like this? You totally misunderstand. It was all wrong from the beginning. Huh? I never had custody of you. What do you mean? I mean that quite literally. I never adopted you legally. When I divorce your dad, who's your actual parent and the custodian, we become unrelated. Seriously? That's how it is. So let's end our conversation here. No, wait, Mom. I wanted to hear that earlier. Wait. Goodbye, Selena. After some time, I heard that the new woman disappeared. My ex-husband had concealed the fact that he had lost his job, which finally came to light. He intended to be supported by her, but as soon as he realized that it wouldn't happen, he told Selena to drop out of school and start working. The school counselor introduced her to a live-in job, recommended taking the GED program online, and told her to escape from her toxic parents. It was fortunate that there were adults nearby who didn't abandon her, but guided her. She was stunned by the advice at first, but soon came to her senses. Also, I heard through an acquaintance that she was reflecting on her attitude towards me. I hope she will turn over a new leaf, appreciate the value of money, and live her life. I had been somewhat concerned about her, so I felt relieved after hearing all this. And I finally agreed to the overseas assignment I had been offered for a while.
Hey, Karen. How's your mom doing? She's doing better now. She was discharged from the hospital yesterday, but she still can't walk, so she'll be in a wheelchair. That means she needs someone to take care of her from now on. Oh my God, really? I was so surprised when I heard she broke her leg in front of our house. It's been what? A month, right? I thought she was getting better. I can't believe she'll need a wheelchair from now on. I called my brother several times, but he didn't pick up. Have you heard anything from him? I don't know if he's ignoring me on purpose. Josh has really been busy, so I contacted you on his behalf. I'm such a perfect wife, don't you think? I see. So, who's going to take care of her? Of course you're going to take care of her, right, Karen? We can't do it, okay? We have 2 kids, and it's just too much. You, on the other hand, are 40 years old and still single. You have plenty of time to take care of your mother. You still live with your parents, so don't you think it's perfect? Now you have even more reason to stay in your parents' house. I still live with my mom because my father passed away a few years ago. I was living alone at the time, but I moved back home because I was worried about my mom, who got depressed after Dad's passing. It's not like I'm still depending on my mom. Whatever. I didn't ask for your life story. I'm just explaining my side. Besides, I have no intention of getting married in the future. Jesus Christ! You sound so miserable. Are you serious? Don't you mean you can't get married even if you want to? I guess you can't read properly. Just leave me alone, please. Does my being single bother you? No, right? You're not bothering me now, but you might bother me in the future. Huh? What do you mean? Just think about it. If your mom passes away, the next person you will depend on will be your brother, which means my husband. I won't do that, so please don't worry. Oh, I don't think so. I'm 100% sure you're planning to depend on us. I guess talking to you is just a waste of time. I have a visitor coming over right now, and I need to clean up. Can I go now? I'm not done talking. Just so you know, I can't take care of your mother. I'm already working on taking care of my mother, so don't worry. Oh, really? That's good. Oh, well, you've never done anything to make your parents proud. I guess this is your last chance to do something for your mom. So, you say you're working on it, but what are you going to do? Put her in a nursing home? No, my mom said she doesn't want to go to a nursing home. I will take care of her in this house. What? In such a shabby house? To be honest, I feel sorry for your mom. She's the one who said she wants to stay in this house. Besides, we are planning to renovate the house so she can use her wheelchair more freely. That's why a remodeling company is coming to visit our house. I'm going to talk to them and get an estimate. What? Remodeling is expensive. Don't tell me you want us to pay for that. We're not paying for it. Don't you ever depend on us. I'm not expecting you to pay for it, so don't worry. I will bear all the expenses. Are you sure about that? Do you have that kind of money? Just don't worry about it. I will take care of all the expenses. I promise not to put a burden on you. In return, please promise to leave us alone. Please don't interfere when it comes to the house and the way I take care of my mom. Okay, whatever. I'll talk to my brother about this too. But are you sure you're okay with it? I just told you, don't worry and please leave us alone. Right. You said that, not me. I'm not gonna help you with anything. My name is Karen. I'm 40 years old and single, living with my mom. I have an older brother, Josh, but to be honest, we don't get along very well. He has always been a self-centered person. When my father passed away in a car accident, all he was concerned about was the inheritance. Josh married Candace 3 years ago. She's just like Josh, a selfish person. I can't believe what she told me earlier. She never cared about our family, and she always thinks I'm after their money. Well, we have no intention of relying on them at all. I love my job, and to be honest, I have no interest in marriage at the moment. I am happiest when I am working, and I think there's nothing wrong with staying single. I am paid a very high salary compared to the average office worker. That's why expenses for renovations is not a problem at all. Not only did we have an elevator installed and made bigger rooms, we took this opportunity to do a complete renovation. The renovation turned out great. Our house looks like a new house. However, even though I live at home with my mom, most of the time I leave early in the morning for work and come home late. So we decided to hire a live-in caregiver. Luckily, a single mom who is a qualified caregiver was willing to work for us. She has a good personality and very skilled worker. Of course, we pay her a reasonable salary. We also provided her with her own room and offered her to live with her kid in our house. She is a very hard worker, and my mother treats her like real family. Things have been tough, but I'm happy that everything is going well for now. Hey, Karen! What the hell is going on? What's wrong? Oh my God! You told me that the remodeling of my parents' house is finished, so I went to check it out. It looks amazing! Oh, about that? Yeah, I heard you came yesterday afternoon. My mom told me. I'm surprised that you remodeled that much. The bathrooms and toilets look like a spa. It looks like a completely different house now. Well, we completely remodeled and reconstructed the house. That's why it took a lot of time to finish. This is not fair that you are living in the house. To be honest, I don't like the caregiver that you hired. She's a stranger, but she's too close to your mother. It's weird. What's wrong with it? She's just doing her job. She works hard and has been good to my mother. I'm thankful to her. No, it's really weird. I can't believe she's living in the house. Well, she's a live-in caregiver. My mom needs help all the time, so I don't know why you keep saying it's weird. Why is the caregiver's kid also living in this house? They are using this house like it's their house. And her kid being too close to your mom too. It's not her grandma, but the kid calling her grandma is weird. Your mom seems to be having more fun talking to the caregiver's kids than our kids. Well, that's just the way it is, isn't it? They live in our house, so of course they are closer than your kids. Besides, your kids were playing games all day yesterday. They didn't even respond when my mom tried to talk to them. Of course, she prefers to spend time with the caregiver's kid. Besides, you have no right to say anything. Anything about the house or about my mom. You promised not to interfere in any way from now on, didn't you? Did I? I don't remember that promise. You must be mistaken. Oh, God. I contacted you today because I wanted to tell you that from now on, we're going to live in the house. What do you mean? Do I need to explain it to you? Thanks to you, the house is renovated and looks like a new house. I really appreciate you for that. Well, now we've decided to stay in the house so you can go. What are you talking about? I renovated that house. I'm also paying for the caregiver. Why should I leave? You are paying for that caregiver? I can't believe it. They have free rent. You don't have to pay anything for them. What? They're here for a job. I just can't believe what you're saying. If your family's going to live in the house, how will you take care of my mother? We'll continue to have caregivers take care of her. I have no time to take care of your mother. Can you pay the caregiver? Well, If you give us this house, we won't have to pay rent. And I guess I'll be able to make do with that. Caregiver salary is like, what, $2,000 per month? Are you serious? If your family's going to live in the house, please pay the fee that I paid for the renovation. What? There's no way I can pay for that. First of all, since you are a useless member of the family, you should pay for everything. Raising a child costs money. Meanwhile, you are single and with no kids. You must have plenty of money. What do you mean by that? It sounds like you think you are superior just because you have kids. I don't agree with any of that. I have no obligation to pay anything. We decided to stay in the house even if you don't want to. I will do whatever it takes to get rid of you, so be prepared. I think you'd better get ready to move out while you still can before things get worse. Hey, what the hell do you think you're doing? You can't just change the locks on my house without my permission. Why do you think I did it? Do you have any proof? I got a call from my mother and her caregiver. They told me everything. You suddenly stormed into the house and told them that your family's going to live in this house. You also told them that they have to follow everything you say. I won't let you do that. How did you get into the house anyway? I made a duplicate key when I visited the house the other day. Yay! My plan worked! I can't believe it. You know, that house is already in my name. What you're doing is a crime. Do you know that? Shut up! You're overreacting. I am not. I heard you hurt the caregiver's kid when she started crying. Have you lost your mind, Candace? You can't do this. Shut up! This house is ours now. I don't need you to tell me what to do. Well, good luck finding a new house. It's your fault for not leaving the house when I told you to. Oh, really? Well, I have a plan too. Be prepared. Hey, it's not fair to call the police. I'm your brother's wife. How could you do such a thing to your family? Thanks to you, they took me to the police station for questioning. It wasn't me. It was my mother who called the police. What? You're lying. I'm not lying. My mother told you to leave the house, didn't she? You have no right to enter this house because this is my house. I'm pretty sure my mom warned you before calling the police. But what did you say to my mother? You yelled at her that it's your house now. Even when the caregiver tried to stop you, you yelled at her, hurt the kid, and threatened not to pay her salary if she talked back to you. What you did is a crime. Whatever! You guys love to overreact. No, we're not. I'm going to press charges against you. I'll tell the police everything that happened. I won't let you do that. If you do that, I'm going to go to your house right now and talk to that caregiver, so she won't say anything to the police. I'm pretty sure she'll listen to me if I threaten her again. I've had the locks change again, so you won't be able to enter the house anymore. What? We are ready to file a damage report now. You will be arrested in no time. No way! You made a duplicate key without our permission, broke in illegally, and even abused the caregiver's kid. Do you think you can get away with all of that? You don't have any proof that I did it. Police won't take you seriously. I have proof. What? Oh, you didn't notice. When we renovated the house, I also installed CCTV in this house. The camera caught everything you did, so I have proof. Oh my God! Please, stop it! I will apologize, okay? I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Just so you know, my mom says she wants to disown your family. Why? Why? First of all, Josh never cared about Dad. He only cared about the inheritance. When Mom was in the hospital, he never contacted her or me. This time, he only cares about the new house that I renovated. And you've always been selfish, just like my brother. I can't believe what you did to my mother and our caregiver. What you did is unacceptable. I have no intention of contacting you or your family in the future. I will block your contact information as well. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. This will never happen again. Please. Hey, Karen. Please.
Hey, Karen. What the hell are you doing? Candace got arrested because of you.
Wow, it's been a while, Josh. Good to know that she got arrested. Just so you know, it's not my fault. How dare you say that? Do you know how much you hurt my mother? I can't believe you let your wife do terrible things to us. I feel ashamed that you are my brother. Please do not show your face to me ever again.
Hey, I'm begging you. Please withdraw the charges. The kid won't stop crying. I never took care of them by myself, you know. It's seriously causing me so much stress that Candace is not home.
Are you serious? Did you even read what I said to you?
I did. I'm sorry for what I did. Just please help us.
All right. I have a condition.
What's the condition?
I want you to promise in writing that you'll never get involved with Mom, me, or the caregiver again. In other words, you will cut all ties with us. And also promise me that you won't come within a 100-meter radius of her house. Then I will withdraw the charges.
Why do I have to promise you that?
Oh God. I gave you one chance and you ruined it. Good luck raising your kid by yourself. Either way, we're cutting you off. We're not going to have anything to do with you in the future. Don't you ever come near us again.
Okay. I promise you in writing or whatever. I don't want to take care of the kids.
You're such an asshole. My lawyer will contact you from now on. Bye. Thanks to my lawyer, my brother signed a legal document stating he will sever all ties with our family. He is legally bound not to approach within the 100-meter radius of our house. Moreover, if he violates this agreement, he must pay a hefty fine of $10,000. Of course, I requested Candace to sign a similar legal document. With these legal assurances, I finally have peace of mind. Honestly, Josh and Candace are a perfect match for each other. However, their selfish nature often leads to conflicts. I can't help but feel sorry for my niece and nephew caught in the middle. Oh well, since I've severed ties with Josh, it's no longer my concern. Each day, I feel happy spending time with my mom, our caregiver, and her child. Since we hired the caregiver, my mom's mood has really improved. She's making great progress in her rehab and can walk on her own now. Seeing her get better makes me so happy. I think getting rid of the things that stressed her out has helped her recover faster. From now on, I'm dedicated to loving and supporting my mom as she continues to get better.
Don't come back until you're sorry. Go outside and cool off. Got it?
Huh? I don't get it. You're the one who should be sorry.
What's with that tone? What are you going to do? Take the kids and leave? That's a stupid thing to do. Who do you think you owe your livelihood to?
You said that last week too, but I do all the cooking, laundry, cleaning, and all the other chores that keep the house running. The kids won't grow up if you just drink.
Huh? I'm the one who works and feeds you guys. You can't even buy food for the kids without me. You're just something I let stay here.
I was working part-time too. Besides, you can't just live on money. You know that, don't you? Or are you drunk already?
I haven't had a drink yet.
I left because you said you would be fine without me. You can live on your own, can't you?
Of course I can. Anyone can do what you do. Why couldn't I?
Then it's okay, right? Even if I'm not there? I'll take care of the money myself. I'll make a living over here.
Oh, so that's what you're talking about, is it? I'm talking about your irresponsibility. You're even taking the kids with you. You lack judgment in being a good parent.
There's no way I'd leave my 2 elementary school kids with an alcoholic who just drinks every day and doesn't take care of them. We are very comfortable here because we don't have people who get drunk and go on rampages. The kids are smiling more than before, and they're having a good time.
And now I'm back to my comfortable life without the money grubbers.
I see. That's good. Why did you bother to call me? Because if you don't start treatment for alcoholism, we're not coming back.
It's almost the end of winter break at the elementary school. Don't be irresponsible, just send Robin back.
Huh? I just told you that you can't take care of 2 elementary school kids.
So, just send Robin.
What? What about Kendall?
Kendall is fine. I don't need him. You take him. Robin is in the 4th grade. She can take care of herself, right? Teach her a few things about housework so she can take care of me, then bring her back here. I want her back by the end of the week. I have a lot of cleaning and laundry to do. Robin's a woman too. She should at least do the housework.
Are you kidding me? You just said you can take care of yourself. Now you want me to send Robin to you as a housekeeper.
You take care of Kendall and I'll take care of Robin. Then we can be like relatives. How about that? That way you don't have to come back.
That's a big no. We said we'd each live on our own. I'm not going back to you, and neither are the kids.
If you want a divorce, I'll agree to it. But you have to give me Robin. That's the condition of the divorce, okay? You've got 2 days to teach her. And work on her cooking. Otherwise, I won't take care of her. If you want me to feed you, you have to do the housework. I don't care if you're a kid or not.
You've got to be kidding me. You can take care of yourself. I mean, didn't you say you can do it all yourself? You want Robin to do the cleaning and laundry. She's not your housekeeper. You're an adult. Besides, you're not planning to take care of Robin. You're asking Robin to take care of you. I'm not going to take care of you, and neither are the kids. All this time, I was thinking I'd come home if you'd consider getting treatment for alcoholism. But now my eyes are wide open.
You're a very bossy woman, aren't you?
Please divorce me. I don't want to know you. And go through a lawyer.
What? There's no way you can do that all of a sudden. Who do you think you owe your life to?
You were able to make a living thanks to me. You can't do housework or anything. You can't even keep the house without me. I worked part-time and helped with the finances, but you didn't help me with the housework or taking care of the children. All you did was drink and act out.
I can do the housework on my own. I just let you do it so you wouldn't get spoiled.
So now you think you can do it by yourself?
Of course I can. Until Robin comes, of course I can do it.
I went back to your place today.
What? What did you feel like you were sorry? If you're sorry, come home right away. Even if it's just Robin, bring her home.
I can't do that after what I saw. The door was left unlocked. The house was in ruins. What part of that could possibly be you doing it by yourself?
It's just a coincidence. I had a drink yesterday and went straight to work this morning, so I didn't have time to clean up.
There's a strange smell. The TV and air conditioner were left on, and there were plastic bottles and jars all over the place. I'd like to know how you can make such a mess.
Shut up. It's none of your business.
Yes, you're right. It's none of my business anymore. We're divorced.
What?
I took pictures. I went to your parents for advice. The whole family likes to drink. They didn't understand, but when I showed them the pictures, they finally understood. That you're an alcoholic. I've contacted them several times since we separated, but they didn't believe me, all because you've been spouting out all kinds of nonsense.
I'm not an alcoholic.
But eventually they apologized.
What do you mean?
The pictures on the wall you broke during your drunken rampage, and the empty booze cans and bottles scattered around the living room. And today I found where you had an accident, so I took a picture of it and showed it to your parents.
I was going to clean that stuff up. Don't meddle in my business.
You've got to be kidding me if you think I'm going to let Robin take care of a dad like that from now on. So anyway, they apologized. They said they would find a way to cure your alcoholism.
Don't get ahead of yourself. I never agreed to a divorce.
You said you were going to do it. Well, I don't care what you say. It's already done.
It's a document forgery.
No, it's not. You had me write divorce papers the last time you drank and threw a tantrum. I served them to you.
That's not fair. But the divorce is conditional on you giving me Robin. Give her to me.
Shut up. Robin doesn't want to stay with you. I'll transfer her to a different elementary school, so leave her alone. I'll get a lawyer and ask for alimony and child support, but no more direct contact. I don't want to talk to you anymore either.
Don't say that. We've been together for 10 years.
You were a sweet daddy when you weren't drinking. These days, you're drunk almost all the time. You don't try to make things better, and you think I'm a housekeeper who brings in money.
That's not true. I don't want a divorce, please. It's not good for our image.
That's why the divorce is already final, lol. I think it's worse for our image with a husband who's an alcoholic and goes crazy at night. Whatever, but the neighbors have already noticed.
What?
You're an elite employee of a prestigious company and you're out of control at night, destroying things. I'm sure they've heard the noise. The neighbors were already talking about it before I left.
You're kidding, right? That's what they're saying? Do something about it, please.
I don't know. I don't want anything to do with anyone who tries to treat not only me but also my daughter like a housekeeper. If you have the money, why don't you hire a housekeeper?
What about the mortgage on the house? Are you going to buy it out?
There's no way I'm buying it. Besides, a house with a hole in the wall is not going to get a buyer unless you fix it up. You got drunk and punched a hole in the wall. You'll have to take care of it yourself. It's none of my business.
You're abandoning me? I've taken care of you.
Took care of me? I'm the one who took care of you.
I'm the one who's been providing for you.
Your money went to loans, insurance, savings, and we've been living mostly on my salary. Maybe you didn't know that. I'll be alone from now on, so I can live on my own as I please, right? You said so yourself. You said you were living a comfortable life now that the money grabbers were gone.
I didn't mean it. I don't think that way now. I'll consider treatment for alcoholism, so cancel the divorce.
I can't do that.
Then remarry.
I can't do that either.
Don't say that. You're all I've got. I love my family. Why can't you understand that?
And you're still drinking, aren't you?
How do you know? You set up the camera. Where is it?
Because you suddenly changed your tone. You always start out so nice and then you start acting up. This time, there is no one around for you to hit if you go on a rampage. So why don't you get drunk in the comfort of your own home and wreck the house all you want? By the way, your parents will be there soon. Be careful not to hit them. Punching a wall and punching a person are two different crimes, you know? See you later, alcoholic asshole. As soon as Jenny blocked Aaron, Aaron's parents arrived at his home. There, they witnessed their own son acting crazy and tried to stop him, but he injured his mother. Aaron's father was furious and turned him into the police. Of course, there was no case, but it worked out in her favor, and Jenny was able to get alimony and custody without difficulty. And then, it seems the case was leaked out from somewhere, and he was fired from his job. He is now working under the supervision of his parents to earn child support while undergoing treatment for alcoholism. She has no intention of letting her children see him until the treatment starts to work. Hi Mom, it's Julia. Long time no see. Oh no, not Julia. The slow-witted one. I can't believe you contacted me. That's unusual. What do you want? I want to ask you something. Make it quick, please. You came to my apartment yesterday, right? I don't know how you got my current address, but I was wondering what that letter in the mailbox with no stamp and postmark meant. Oh, you finally saw it. That's the one I put in the mailbox 2 days ago. You took too long to look at it. You're still slow, aren't you? I was on a business trip. I just got back. Oh, you're going on a business trip. I wondered what kind of bottom line job you were doing. If you have to go on business trips, does that mean you're in a good company? Well, I doubt a big company would hire you, though. I don't think there's a bottom line for any job. I'm in sales, so I travel a lot. Oh yeah, well, whatever. I don't need to know what you do. So, did you read the letter? I did, but there were divorce papers enclosed. What's that?
If you read it, you'd know. You get a divorce and get the hell out of that house. And give your husband to Haven.
What do you mean? You've always loved Haven, your own daughter. You've always turned a cold shoulder to me, your stepdaughter. But that doesn't mean I have to give up my husband to my stepsister. How do you think that would even happen?
Haven told me that she saw you and a guy who was exactly her type walking together while out on a date.
What?
She followed you to see what was going on, and she said you went into a house together.
She followed us?
Of course. She said she asked the neighbors and found out that you were a married couple.
Why are you so obsessed with me? I thought all you wanted was Haven.
That's right. I don't want you, ugly girl. You ran away from home 7 years ago and never came back. Even though it was a coincidence, Haven finally found you. But I never thought that you would be married. And with a man of Haven's type before Haven did. This is just a dig at the beautiful and cute Haven, isn't it?
I don't know what Haven's type of man is. You're reading too much into it, Mom.
Anyway, Haven likes your husband. If you feel bad about getting married before that beautiful girl, then get a divorce and give him to her. Just because Haven isn't married yet doesn't mean you have to show off. Your personality is as bad as ever.
You're the one with the bad personality. I couldn't say it when I was living at home, but now I can say it without hesitation. That's just too rude, no matter how you look at it. You guys are both completely insane.
Huh?
You can't just give your husband away. He's not a thing. Tell Haven to give up my husband and find someone else.
Julia, don't be selfish.
Selfish? About this?
It's selfishness, no matter how you look at it. It's the role of an ugly sister to fulfill her pretty sister's wishes. Showing off when you're so ugly? Even your husband would prefer someone prettier like Haven.
You're not making any sense. My husband is looking at this message with me right now.
Oh, just in time. I'll set you up on a blind date with Haven and tell him to give me his contact information. I'm sure you'll fall in love at first sight if you meet her in person.
He says he doesn't want to.
Huh?
He knows I've lived my whole life being abused by my stepmother and stepsister. He knows that I've had a lonely childhood without the love and affection of my parents. He's the one who swore to me that he would make me happy.
Huh? It's only natural that my love should be poured out onto Sweet Haven. In the first place, you are my ex-husband's child. You are not my biological child.
Yeah, that's right. Just before I graduated from high school, my father died. I called you mother for convenience, but I wasn't adopted by you. Besides, when my father died, you filed a notice of termination of your marital status. At that point, the stepdaughter became completely unrelated to you. So could you please just leave me alone from now on?
I can do that if you give your husband to Haven. We don't need an ugly, slow-witted woman like you in our family.
My husband himself doesn't like Haven, so I'm going to have to say no.
Oh shit. Talking through you won't get us anywhere. Haven and I are coming over there this weekend.
Huh? You're coming here?
I'm going there to have your husband admire her. If he could see her beauty in person, I'm sure your husband will be freed from the ugly curse and fall in love with her.
That doesn't make sense. Anyway, he's not here on weekends because he's working.
He'll just have to take the day off.
Don't make it sound so easy.
You don't have a choice. Make sure you're home on the weekends. Also, it's better if you have the divorce finalized so we can get things moving.
Don't just go on with this one-sided conversation.
I'm not being one-sided. I'll see you this weekend.
Oh, would you just stop it?
Julia, where are you? I just arrived at your house. Come out. Don't tell me you're not home. Haven and I went out of our way to come all the way over here. Hurry up and let us in. Give us some coffee and donuts or something.
I'm away this weekend. My husband is at work and I'm taking refuge at a friend's house.
I told you to stay home. Don't you feel bad for Haven?
Not at all.
Hey, you know what?
We're not close to each other to begin with, so there's nothing good or bad about it. We're strangers to begin with. As for me, I think we're as good as cut off from each other. I don't want to see you, and I don't want you to bother me. Oh, since it's a perfect opportunity, I'll call you by your name, Mabel. I don't want to call you Mother anymore.
Oh, okay. Well, there's not much I can do about it today. But if you think I'm going to let you get away with this, you're mistaken.
Sis, why won't you give your husband to me? Haven, did you go there with your mother?
Yes, I did. Why is an ugly girl like you married before me, sis? And with such a handsome guy. That thing's mine.
Hey, what's your language? Don't call my husband a thing.
I don't care what you call my stuff. I came all the way over here to marry your husband. Not only are you not divorced, you're not even home. How dare you underestimate me?
Haven, you've always wanted what's mine, and then you take it away, and never once did you give it back.
So what? He's too good looking for you. I'm the one who's going to take him for you. Sis, I don't know what kind of magic you use to make him fall in love with you. I bet he'll wake up the instant he sees my face. The prince is awakened by the princess's true love. It's like a fairy tale, so beautiful.
Do you have a hole in your head? But anyway, this time I won't give you my husband, no matter what you say.
Oh, I see. Well then, I'll make sure to remind you of who you are dealing with, so hold on to your hats.
Mabel, what do you mean by the devastation at our entrance and in the yard?
Oh, what are you talking about?
The front door has been painted. It says, "Give me back my husband." The wife of this house is a husband thief, and the flower beds in the garden have been trampled over.
So, what are you talking about?
There's no point in playing dumb. We have security cameras around our house.
Cameras? Oh my god, where?
Not only at the entrance, but also in the yard. You and Haven were caught on film enjoying yourselves.
Oh well, if that's the case, well, okay. Well, now you get it, don't you? This is what happens when you make me and Haven angry. If you're her sister, give your husband to her. An ugly bitch like you, that's all you're good for.
You still say that?
Of course. Divorce him or I'll hurt you this time. Maybe someone will attack you on the street at night.
That's criminal extortion, says my husband.
Huh?
I guess the front door and flower beds are vandalism charges.
Huh? Oh my god, he's talking like a police officer.
Yes, my husband is a police officer. Are you going to be okay?
What? A policeman?
No, I don't think he's okay. He's really pissed off.
Wait, is it true he's a policeman? No, it's not true. There's no way a slow, ugly bitch like you could ever marry a police officer.
If that's what you think, that's fine. Since you don't seem to believe anything I say to you, see for yourself how much trouble you are in. Both Haven and you are sniffing around about me, but you didn't seem to know. As I said before, I also have the evidence from the security camera. I also took a screen cap of this message. My husband has already contacted the authorities, and they will move on it.
Move?
Arrest, I guess.
Hey, why are the police here? We opened the front door thinking it was a delivery service.
Then why are you texting me? You didn't run away, did you?
I can't run away. It's like there are police officers outside. I'm hiding in my room. They have Mom.
I see. She didn't have the time to tell you that we texted earlier.
What is it?
My husband, whom you fell in love with at first sight, is a policeman.
Huh?
Because you and your mother did something wrong, the police took action.
I don't understand. I didn't do anything wrong.
You and your mother spray painted graffiti on my house and vandalized my flower beds. I think that's considered property damage.
Huh?
I see. You committed a crime without realizing it. But a crime is a crime even if you don't realize it. Think of it as an expensive lesson and atone for your crime.
Crime?
Don't hide. You should go out on your own will. Do you want your crime to be more serious?
Well...
You're an adult now, so you should take responsibility for your actions. Now, excuse me. So, my stepmother and half-sister who continued to disrespect me were infatuated with my husband and tried their best to make that dream come true. They had no idea that it would lead to their arrest. After that, there was a lot of settling, etc. But I had them both firmly convicted of a crime in order to punish them for doing whatever they wanted to do. Also, the company that they had worked for a long time found out about the incident and they were both forced to resign from their jobs. At this point, we asked for compensation to pay for the graffiti on our front door and the destruction of our flower beds. We managed to get them to pay out of their savings, which they didn't have much of, and our conversation was over. The two ex-convicts will have a hard time finding new employment, and it seems that they will be living in poverty for a long time to come.
Thank you for watching. Please rate the video and subscribe to our channel. See you in the next video.